Good afternoon and welcome to Bethlehem. It's a gorgeous afternoon here in the Northern Free State for this FNB Classic clash between the hosts, the Hoërskool Witteburg against Bethlehem Voortrekker. It is pleasantly warm here. The maximum temperature you see up towards 26 degrees. It's perhaps a touch cooler than that. A gentle breeze blowing out from over the town, and the weather and the pitch set fair for an exciting game of rugby. And the two schools have certainly made it a very festival atmosphere here at Witteburg. This is Bethlehem Voortrekker with the preamble to the arrival of the two teams. This is the host side, Witteburg. There were parades, there's festivals, it's all happening here. The whole town has come to a standstill and they've come in here to watch this FNB Classic clash that really does bring the town to a stop. We have seen everything. Little ponies, there, look at that. That is a beautiful thoroughbred. We really spared no expense to make this a very welcoming atmosphere here in Bethlehem. It's a special occasion for these two schools, and they have absolutely made the most of it. Completely clear sky, lovely weather conditions, and we really are expecting, if it matches the preamble, a wonderful game of rugby. And with me this afternoon here in Bethlehem, it's a very good day to Wim Visser.
Oh, well, after the razzmatazz of this build-up, this FNB Classic clash will prove to be a mammoth affair between these arch rivals, Hoërskool Witteburg and Bethlehem Voortrekker. It's not only a showcase for young talent, but it provides immense entertainment for people throughout the country. Both sides have had an up and down season, but as you can see, Vootrekker have got the upper hand, winning 8 times and only losing once. That loss coming way back in 2006. Witteburg came close in 2007 with a 13-all draw, and they would definitely want to avenge that big total scored against them by 54 points to 14 in last year's fixture.
The arrival of the two teams from the huge tunnel away to our left, the visiting side from Bethlehem Voortrekker, acclaimed by what seems to be the entire school on the field. Look at that emotion, it means so much. Donovan Boer, the captain, also a provincial cricketer. His centre partner, Marco Labuskachny, is the other Griffins man in this Bethlehem Voortrekker squad. And they, of course, as Wim said, 8 victories out of the last 9 encounters between these two. But Witteburg at home, the under-16A side, Witteburg prevailed. So perhaps just a sense that there may be a shift in the balance of power. Now we await the arrival of the home side. And there will be a mighty roar here as this whole school erupts. It's almost building up to a crescendo there. As you can see, the cheerleaders welcome on their favourite sons here in Bethlehem. Witteburg Hoërskool, led by their skipper and captain, Stefan Jordan. Dean Baba, beg your pardon, the captain. Stefan Jordan is the head boy. But it's all to play for here this afternoon in this massive FNB Classic clash, this huge local derby here in Bethlehem.
Well, it is a massive local derby. It's the FNB Classic clash. And let me tell you one thing, Brett, that is one long tunnel to run through. I think both sides would be immensely tired after that trot.
So they've just switched sides from their arrival. So the home side will be defending the right-hand side of the ground and playing into what breeze there is. The referee for this afternoon's clash is Vusi Msibi, and we're all set to get the anticipation that has been building for the last 2 hours since we've been here realized. Just waiting for things to all get set, get the signal, and we will be underway.
Copy.
Hoërskool Bethlehem Voortrekker kicking off through their centre, Donovan Boer. Taken in just outside the 22. Dean Bubb, the skipper, will spin it back. Tiaan Schoenraad, who wears the Griffins cap, doesn't find touch. It really is a firm field, so not to be allowed to bounce there. Who knows what can happen when anything takes the turf here. This is Boer. Receives nicely, tackled by Bienica. Becker. Standing off is Marco Labuskaghni, the inside centre. Both sides just feeling their way here.
Is it?
Becker. Nice flat ball. Tries the backhanded pass, but to no avail. Into touch from Bertus Kleinhans, and we'll have the first line out of the match.
Well, it's a bit of a shaky start from both sides, setting the nerves and getting straight into it, but using the blind side, noticing that the Witteburg team are migrating in defence.
Vootrekker win the line out, come away with it through Eben Klaassen. Break by Kleinhans.
No, leave it!
Nippy and nimble looking fly half. Becker using the boot of Labuskaghni again. It's well read by Ruko Bienica. Positioning himself well. He launches this one into the sky.
Right, play on.
Not a kicking being done. The mark is claimed and awarded by referee MCB. Eric Victor, the fullback for Bethlehem Voortrekker. Oh, not the best contact at all. Almost as if he lost his footing.
Well positioned and calling the mark perfectly was Edric Victor. Just making a hash of his clearance, but making sure of it, going straight into the cheap sheets.
Sweet White, get a bit closer.
Jordan.
Thank you.
To feed. Number 8. Also name of Jordan. Peter Jordan wins it. Now, little something tried midfield. Crashing through Witteburg midfield. Now it's Schoenraad trying to release Van Biljon. The defence is sound on the 10 metres line. Bub again digs. They look up very flat and perhaps just hinting towards offside Bethlehem Voortrekker. Witteburg retaining possession. Bub again. It's good hands from Jason Rue. Takes it on. Good leg drive. And the recycle for Witteburg again. Now they use the big men. Handes Buerta, the big tight head stop will carry. This is good cohesiveness by Witteburg. Up quickly on defence of Vootrekker. Lovely tackle made by Marco Labuskaghni. And the turnover exacted by Vootrekker. Got a little bit of space. Becker will spin it back to his fly half. Kleinhans' kick is charged down. Becker is the receiver, the fortunate one. So the default reaction is to kick. Here is Bub. Sees a bit of space. Been well read by Victor again. He gets an awkward bounce. We're going to see plenty of those this afternoon. So in front of his own post, he decides to dummy. This is dangerous stuff from Victor. He gets enveloped by Rudolf van Biljon, putting himself under pressure, and the Bethlehem Voortrekker side. Witteburg on the attack, but they haven't panicked, Vootrekker. Back to Kleinhans, and Bertus Kleinhans will not find touch. The kind bounces for Ruko Bienica. He sees a bit of space. Heads for the corner. He's held up just short. Witteburg pouring in here to get the first score of the match. Bub is in there. Slow ball. Finds the runner in Jordan. That's the try line mid-screen. Bub again. Out in midfield is Liamza James. The flanker is brought down. They've got no one out on the right, so they have to switch. A little hand in there, and it's towed through by Vootrekker. Oh, this could be against the run of play. It's the chase downfield. The bounce is an awkward one. Who will be the first to react? It's a complete foot race here now. There's JJ Lombard. It's really untidy stuff. Bergerman-Rare with ball in hand now on the 22. And eventually into touch. Well, end-to-end stuff. It looked like Witteburg had the chance. But they lost control at the ruck, and the foot race, the bounce was unkind for Bethlehem Voortrekker.
Well, it was good defence around the ruck situation, and then it was a foot race, towing it forward. Good control, regaining it. But the cover defense from Ruko Beneka was up to the task.
Nicely controlled line out again, Peter Jordan. It's a big boot from Tiaan Schoenraad. Allowed to bounce, and the bounce favors Witteburg. It was really nicely executed, a clean line out, a big boot from the fly half, and a healthy touch found down the far side of the field.
Oh, the exit plan was perfect. Take a look at Tiaan Schoenraad. He's got a very, very safe boot for touch finder, and his goal kicking is up to the task.
Tiaan van Sail will feed. Over the back it goes. But it is claimed by Bethlehem Voortrekker. The drive has come from Peter Klein.
Ball. Right, release
held
it.
up. And here it does come for the visitors. Becker. The pop ball for Michael Janssen van Rensburg. Flat and tight up on defense. Witteburg not giving much room for movement or attack. Advantage being played to Vootrekker. The penalty awarded. And a chance to look for territory down the near side.
A penalty going against Rudolf van Biljon. The tackle situation not rolling away. What's important is they need to make an effort. Either roll away sideways is a lot better than trying to roll away backwards, because what it is just slowing that ball down for the opposition scrum half.
Donovan Bauer doesn't find touch. Back. So Witteburg return the compliment. Claimed by Bertus Kleinhans. He looks to spin across the field. Bauer takes and goes direct into the tackle of Rudolf van Biljon, just inside Witteburg territory. Very even contest so far in these early opening minutes. Advantage again now to Bethlehem Voortrekker, and perhaps the first opportunity to glean points.
Listen, number thing, right? Ruck time. Hands out, please. Don't continue competing for the ball. Leave it. Right, you've lost the contact. Let go. Right, stay back.
What's clear instruction from Vusi and Sibe, the referee, but once again, Rudolf van Biljon finds himself at the wrong side of the ruck, and as I said before, needs to make a clear effort to roll away, preferably to the side, to allow that ball to be recycled by the opposition scrum half. Take a look at him there. If he just rolled sideways, so that ball is available.
Twice he's been pinged for the same offence, and this time it may yield points. So just halfway line side of the 10 meters of Witteburg, kicking with a strengthening breeze at his back. On his way. The strike is good, but it looks like he's just pushed it away. So no scores yet after nearly 9 minutes of rugby. Etienne Becker just pushing that wide. The restart downfield. He's found a bit of space before it's collected by Marco Labuskafny. Puts in the little chip. How will it bounce? He knocks it on himself, Labuskafny. Advantage. Bub is the quick to claim. The Witteburg captain on his own 10. Playing advantage for that knock-on.
Sit.
Now they come through Schoenraad. Very flat again. Quick hands may have been called for there. They had some numbers out on the left, the home side. They've recycled well though. Bub away to Stefan Jordan, a little isolated. The Vootrekker men are over the ball quickly to try and turn it over. They've failed to do so. Pick and go. It's nice work on the deck by Witteburg. Bub again, away to Schoenraad. Sees a bit of space over the left wing, and he's judged it beautifully. Just chipped it over the head of JJ Lombard, got the bounce he wanted, and gains the territory he wants, if not the possession.
Well, Tiaan Schoenraad judging that to perfection. No options available. His backline were a little bit flat. Just probing it into that far touchline.
Step back. Advantage.
Won by Michael Janssen van Rensburg. Ball lost midfield, but
right, guys, the offside.
The offside at the line out, the technical infringement, and they'll come back for yet another penalty to Bethlehem Voortrekker. Witteburg at this early stage, Bim, guilty of giving away too many soft penalties.
Definitely so. It might be the occasion that is getting to them, playing at home and in front of their home crowd. last beating this Bethlehem Voortrekker side way back in 2006. They are a quality side. They do have a few Griffins, Craven Week players. So I'm sure they're going to just settle down and start playing a bit of quality rugby.
So the line out just inside Witteburg half. Over the top it goes, and it's one against the throw. He didn't find his jumper. Tiaan van Zyl. And Witteburg will maul into Vootrekker territory. Skoenraad uses the short ball. They're all a little bit behind the gain line and taking it not snappy enough passing to release them for space. So the contest on the deck is now won by Vootrekker, who seem to have turned it over. Really is a bit of an arm wrestle at this stage. Here's Labuschagne. He tries to switch, finds a little bit of space, spins it away to the lock forward Burgermarais. That pass goes astray. Lombard picks it up out in the left, tries the handoff, fails to do so. Defence on both sides has been pretty useful. They haven't been able to create the space for out-and-out attack.
Well, both sides' line speed has been very impressive thus far, so they're closing that space and putting pressure on the opposition attack. What these opposition sides needed to, both sides need to run from depth and run at speed.
That's straight good to the front ball for Bethlehem Voortrekker. Crashing up now is Jonrik Eger. Now it's released again for Kleinhans. Kleinhans' kick is charged down. Nobody knows where it's gone though. First to react is Edric Victor, the fullback. He's back into trouble, slips the tackle of Peter Jordan and puts it on the left boot and finds a relieving touch.
Well, almost alarm bells for Bethlehem Voortrekker side. But doing extremely good work is JJ Lombard with that long left-booted touch finder.
Already we see that lineouts aren't going to be the guaranteed source of possession for the feeder. Already had lineouts won and lost against the throw.
Come back on.
So the feed coming from Stefan Jordan. To the back it goes again. It's one against the throw. Tiaan van Zyl, the Vootrekker hooker, falls on it and gets it back. Becker spins a hard pass away to Kleinhans. Again they use Jonrik Eger at midfield. Lovely long ball. Boa gets one at his bootstraps and knocks it on. We haven't seen many basic errors, but there's the first, and it's turnover ball and puts Witteburg in very good field position.
Well, it does put them in good field position. Right centre field, left and right options. Out of screen, the Witteburg side are loading the left-hand side with four of their backs. Sterling work thus far being done at line-out time from Burgermarais. He's contesting all the ball from Witteburg.
Well, there's no signs, Wim, of the big thrashing that was meted out by Vootrekker of last year, the 50-pointer. This looks like a very even contest. Could go either way. There's the pack weights. Witteburg, substantial advantage. Scrum time.
Right, you're really going down here, guys. Listen, maintain the space, please. And crouch it ear to ear and bind.
Trying to think 13 minutes of rugby. Is this the first scrum we've had? Can't think of another.
This is the first
Please
scrum.
maintain the gap.
Pack supremacy is paramount in these FNB Classic clashes. So Witteburg can get a nice loose head lean here. They've got their whole backline on the left-hand side, which is loaded. Brings the opposition defence out of play.
Not happy with the scrummaging down on the tight head side of Witteburg. So the penalty is given the way of the lighter pack. A big tight head Hundersport. He's not happy with the decision. He's a huge man for a school pupil, but he gives away the penalty, and the penalty count is already mounting up against Witteburg.
Well, that penalty going against the big tight head Hundersport, not supporting his own body weight at scrum time. What is important is you can't be overextended, and you need to keep your bind and support your body weight.
Only one receiver.
Tiaan van Zyl with the feed, nicely won at the tail. Here's a rolling maul and a beautifully executed one from Bethlehem Voortrekker. Becker in there tapping the rump of the controller of it, Saki Molensi, as he carries it on into the 22 here. Opportunity here for Bethlehem Voortrekker. They have the advantage. Another penalty coming the way of the visitors. but they still control this rolling maul as it's edging its way towards the try line atop your screen. Witteburg now desperately trying to defend this. And the penalty comes, and that was wonderful control from the line out and forward play.
Mark here. Right, listen, Captain. Yes. Multiple players coming in from the side, and they're trying to pull down the maul. Just push them quickly. They need to come in from the gate, please. All right. Quickly on the line there. Back 10 meters.
Two-handed at the back of the line-outs. Terrific control. Witteburg realizing that there were no defenders. Bethlehem Voortrekker driving it up, getting the ball to the back of the maul. Total control, perfection.
Marking the line.
So, right on the Witteburg line, the best chance we've had in the match for Bethlehem Voortrekker to score. And they throw it over the top and give the ball away. Well, that's an opportunity spurned certainly by the visitors. And whilst it was turned over midfield, it's turned over illegally. And a relieving penalty for the home side. Wow, that is sinful, Vim, to have a line out 5 meters from your opponent's line and not even to find your jumper. Schoenraad thumps a big one into touch.
Definitely so. Tiaan van Zyl will be very frustrated with himself for missing that line out. Considering the fact the previous line out, they drove it up for 20 meters, winning a penalty. They had supremacy.
Jordan goes comfortably to Hedy Kutsia. Here's Schoenraad as they try and release the back. Through the hands it needs to go. The dummy. A little bit of space here. This is Van Billion. Gets inside Vootrekker territory. Takes the contact. Bub arrives. Schoenraad. They can get it through the hands. They go the direct route. Nico Nell carries it up towards the 10 meters line. Better from Witteburg. Slowed down on the deck by Vootrekker. Jason Roux. Given it away now, have Witteburg. Just needed to keep it in hand.
Get out, White.
They seem to be going nicely through the faces. Becker. Away to Bertus Kleinhans. Sees a bit of space. Almost intercepted. Gathered in by Molensa. Now coming away with it is Tiaan van Zyl. That tackle looked high. And there's the penalty. And is there going to be greater sanction? Crowd on the far side fancied a little bit more heavier punishment.
Definitely a hard tackle. Let's remember, tackles have to be round the waist, round the legs. That arm slipping up round the neck. Lebruco Bierneke justifiably getting a penalty awarded against him.
Both sides having started in fairly disciplined fashion are now guilty of giving away needless penalties as the pressure to get points on the board in this first half starts to build. Just had the one kick at goal so far from Etienne Becker, the Vootrekker scrum half. It failed from long range. Van Zyl will feed. Up will go Janssen van Rensburg.
Inside the 5, guys, inside the 5.
Technical infringement, so the free kick goes the way of Witteburg, and Donovan Bub gets things underway. The ball carrier is Peter Jordan.
Advantage.
They have an advantage now, do Witteburg. Bub looks right, goes left. Hardness Botha loses it. Just starting to become a little bit fractured now, the game. A cohesive beginning is now deteriorating as the errors come thick and fast and the penalties follow. And the penalty going the way of Witteburg. And they will have a long-range shot at goal.
The knock-on coming in by Hardus Botha, the big tight head prop, but the penalty infringement was a little bit earlier. A player from Bethlehem Voortrekker going off his feet at the ruck situation.
Tiaan Schoenraad from inside his own half into the wind has got underneath it. He's not going to have the distance. Becker takes and sets off in a fairly leisurely fashion before putting his right boot to it and not finding touch. Finding Bierneke, who didn't look comfortable kicking, and he's put all his men offside. Marco Labuschagne takes it up midfield. The advantage is being played to Vootrekker, and they win the penalty.
Side here, hey?
Well, that really was a poor execution of option and kick.
Rico Beneke had a couple of men on his outside. He could have let the ball do the work. Preferred putting it to boot and not connecting well and putting his whole team off sides, and therefore penalty for Bethlehem Voortrekker, and with once again a chance to set a line out up.
And what a good kick that is by Donovan Bauer, the skipper of Bethlehem Voortrekker. So once again, if they can use their strong line out and maul, they've given themselves a big opportunity for the first score of the match. 20 minutes already gone, no scores yet, and there it is, beautifully secured, but not straight. Oh dear. It has become a very stop-start affair.
Well, they do have the choice, a line-out or a scrum, having that pack weight advantage. Witteburg have opted for the scrum, but definitely poor little Tian van Stel will be very frustrated with himself. 2 opportunities in the red zone, one was overthrown, and then a crooked throw. Just take a look at that structure of that maul, Brett. Crunch. They are really well trained in that area.
5, 6.
The heavier Witteburg pack now have the feed to the scrum. Donovan Bub. And the scrum has been put under pressure by the lighter pack. Can they release under this pressure? Well, it's poor ball.
Use it.
Now the use it call from Bubba. Round comes Becker.
Offside.
He's offside.
Number 9.
Well, that was a good scrum by Vootrekker. You wouldn't expect to see it with the weight advantage they're giving up.
9 offside.
Well, it was a very good scrum, and it's all about timing and cohesion. And that scrum was timed to perfection.
Take your time, lad, and find the touch. That's Skoenraad again, looking for distance, but finding Edrich Victor. Now away comes Marco Labuskachny. He slips 2 tackles. Eventually, Stefan Jordan brings him down just inside Witteburg territory. Becker away to Kleinhans. Midfield is Victor, the fullback, tries the handoff. Defense has been good. That's been a feature of this game. So they will reset. Becker finds Eager, who is just that, to take it up. Back it comes for Becker again. He decides to kick. How wise is that? Because he kicks straight across field and into touch. Just seems, Vim, that once they've crashed it up, taken it through the hands a couple of times, the default is to, well, we're not making progress, let's put it on the boot and hope for the best.
Well, it does seem that way at the moment. What both sides are doing, they're playing to a perfect structure. They're wrapping it around the corner, using their big boys to try and get over the advantage line. As soon as both sides see that they're under pressure, they tend to either put it or grab it through an up and under or kick towards the corner and give it possession away.
Stefan Jordan feeds the line out, and it's one off the fingertips by Kobus Günther. And here will be Bub spinning it away to Skoenraad. He goes across field. Jason Roux tries a bit of toe. He gets across the 10, turns and presents. The ball is loose. One on the ground by Witteburg, so Bub will get it up to Roux again. Skoenraad out on the right to Bjorn Minnar. That was better from Witteburg. They're holding him up though. Still a maul. Now the presentation is good. Defense is up very flat if they can get it through the hands. The turnover ball. Away comes Donovan Bauer, showing great strength.
Release wide.
Bethlehem Voortrekker go on to the attack. Becker. Kleinhans. Michael Janssen van Rensburg carries across the 10. They will switch now. Kleinhans not thinking of kicking. The carry from Peter Kleinhans. Solid defense. It all slows down somewhat. Becker. He popped it to Saki Malensa and he got thrashed behind the gain line. So back in the pocket they go, and there it is. There's the kick. Can't think of anything else. Daryl Wilson with a little dummy. And offside, or it was all accidental. Peter Jordan getting in his teammates' way and giving away the penalty, and surely here a chance for 3.
Poor Daryl Wilson. Obstruction and accidental offside, so another chance for Etienne Becker to add the first 3 points of this game.
Once again, they were going through the phases, and then it became this kick. Now, this is unfortunate. Prevents Edrich Victor getting to make the tackle. It's all accidentally executed, but nonetheless it is illegal, and hence the penalty. And this is a kick Etienne Becker would expect to get. Breeze is blowing straight down behind him. No time wasted at all. He struck it well. It looks good. It is good. And Bethlehem Voortrekker are on the board. There's not much elation in amongst this huge crowd here at Witteburg, because the home side have gone behind after 25 minutes of rugby.
Well, it's a vital 3 points in this FNB Classic clash. Puts Bethlehem Voortrekker in the lead by 3 points to 0.
Bub's kick is not claimed. Now it is by the home side. Henny Coetzee, the first to react to the bouncing ball. Presented for Bub. Away to Schoenrath. Spins it across field to Roo, but that was a bit telegraphed and it was well read midfield. Bauer is up at a number with a good tackle, and with the support of Marco Labuskatni, they have turned it over and have a bit of momentum and growing confidence to Bethlehem Voortrekker. Away it goes to Kleinhans. He chips downfield. He's found space, but he's found a crowd. Oh dear, that was good ball again, wasted by an ill-chosen and ill-directed kick.
Turnovers are pretty even, 5-all. It is a concerning factor for this Witteburg side. Every time they launch a good sortie of attack, maintain ball retention and possession, they get turned over at a vital point.
Stefan Jordan goes over the top, and it is claimed by Botha. Bub down to Schoenrath. Thought of the pass, now runs, needs support. The cleaners have got to arrive, they do. Bub again, which way does he go? He goes right. Stefan Jordan, well, brave defense, but an uncompromising handoff. Bub, this time to Anders Botha. He bounces off the frail figure of the fly half, Kleinhans. Bub again, Schoenrath steps again, had numbers outside him. This is much better from Witteburg. They're going to look for runners now. Bienica decides to tow it through. How will it bounce? He gets another boot to it, and it's claimed by Lombard coming across, and he gets the mark. Well, that time the kick nearly working, but good cover from the left wing, JJ Lombard, for Bethlehem Voortrekker. His kick doesn't find touch. They don't waste their time, these two sides, as Bub goes to the sky. The ball bounces around everywhere. The first to react, Rudolf van Biljon, but for his troubles, he gets thumped to the ground. That's the 10 meters line, bottom right of your screen. Schoenrath. Jason Roo sees a hole. He's through. Runs straight into the defense of Lombard. Shows great strength to lay it back. Witteburg arrive in number. Jordan goes around the short side, a little isolated. Try line will appear to the left of your screen in a moment as Bub now away to Schoenrath. Now prop forward, carries it midfield. He's got his men at his shoulder. Quick ball wanted here, an opportunity. Schoenrath away to Bienica. He steps into a gang tackle. Bub again. My word, the defense is swarming from Bethlehem Voortrekker. They are protecting this line at all costs. Here they come again through Tunya Maiden. That's the posts in sight of the try line now of Witteburg. They need to get organised. The pick up and goes from Henny Coetzee. Jason Roo at fly off. Schoenrath dummied inside and got thumped. Gee, the defence has been excellent from Bethlehem Voortrekker, but they will keep coming. Roo up to Van Biljon. Patience required from Witteburg. Driving the man back as he's turned it over. Is he going to be carried over in a scrum fight? Witteburg pouring in on it. This is the best opportunity the home side have had. Anders Botha's in there. Counter-ruck is illegal from Bethlehem Voortrekker, and a penalty goes the way of Witteburg. The ball in the hands of Jason Roo, and it was he who made the wonderful break way back in play that set up this field position.
Bethlehem Voortrekker off their feet at the ruck situation, but a good build-up from Witteburg. Sometimes needed to let the ball do the work, but it's a big pick and go from their Tartek prop.
Well, Anders Botha just picked and went, and he's lost it forward. Advantage being played. Bethlehem Voortrekker kick downfield onto Pieter Jordan on the 10 meters line. Witteburg will have to start again. He's all by himself. Wilson has to get their ball. Advantage now to Witteburg. and they have the penalty, and they may yet get something from this foray of attack.
Right, listen up. Okay? You've gone down, right, and you've lost the contest. Please don't go again for a second bite, please.
So 3-0 it is to Bethlehem Voortrekker, and Witteburg here through the boot of Tiaan Schoenraad with an opportunity to level the scores.
Well, it's been a good phase of play from the Witteburg side. Carrying the ball up very well is their number 8, Pieter Jordan. Clearly the referee, Mr. Buzims Nzibi, saying you've gone down, you've lost the contest, don't go for it again. Perfect explanation.
One of the things that's been a feature is the pace of the game. Every time there's an infringer, now Schoenraad's already setting it off, and he set it off nice and high and nice and straight. And with a couple of minutes remaining in this first half, the scores are level. The home side, Witteburg 3, Bethlehem Voortrekker 3.
Well, we have a level ball game in this classic clash, living up to a classic clash, that's for sure.
Well, there's no out-and-out favourite at the moment, Vim. Both sides have given as much as they've got. Hasn't been pretty, but one had the features been the crunching hits from these two Bethlehem schools as Boa gets things underway. Now up to Kobus Gunter. Kobus Gunter, blindside flanker, driving away outside the 22. A little bit of confidence the score can give you. Pick and go, driving into the defence of Eben Klaassen and Burger Marais.
No.
Presentation, Etienne Becker told he's offside, gives away the penalty, so Bianca will chip. And we'll never know what would have happened because he was offside. It was Etienne Becker, and a chance for Witteburg to thump for territory.
Etienne Becker not retreating behind the last man's feet, jumping the gun, trying to get as much pressure on his opposite number as possible. A chance to relieve for Tiaan Schoenraad, who's been looked pretty decent this afternoon.
Yes, indeed. He's got an educated right boot, reminding you that Witteburg are playing into a stiffening breeze, so they'll have the benefit of that in the second half, and you fancy this man might use the boot quite extensively to set up field position. They have the line out just inside Bethlehem Voortrekker territory. Head boy of Witteburg, Stefan Jordan, goes over the fingertips of Henny Coetzee, and it may have been turned over. First to react there,
Step back.
the 16-year-old Michael Janssen van Rensburg. Kleinhans, he has a go. Does well to get his pass away to Marco Labuskachny. But again, the back lines are giving no space whatsoever. There's a presentation to Becker. Away to Burger Marais. He takes it up towards the centre spot. The forwards have put in plenty of hard graft today. That was lovely hands from Tiaan Pansel, creating a bit of space. The infield ball is intercepted by Jason Roux. So Witteburg with the turnover. Bub kicks over the top. It is going to be allowed to bounce. Bub is the first one there. Oh, and he's taken in the air. What did the referee think? Or his assistants? They thought otherwise, but the pick and go is nonetheless from Hoërskool for Witteburg, so they still have possession. Bub again. This is Schoenraad. His pass is not a good one, so Pieter Jordan has to stall, as they had numbers again if they could have got it nicely through the hands. But Bianca likes that chip, gets the bounce he wants, but Voortrekker are the first to claim through skipper Donovan Boa. Back to Labuskachny. He kicks across field and will find lots of space. Retreating is Vion Minnar. Forward comes Bub. Bub steps inside. Minnar can't take. Now there's a chance for Bethlehem Voortrekker, and they're away down the far side through. Malensi gets the ball in field to Labuskachny in the corner. The first try of the match. He'll run round under the posts. It started with the knock on, the inside ball from Bub to Minnar wasn't a good one, but the counter from Bethlehem Voortrekker was brutal, and Marco Labuskachny has got in under the posts as half-time beckons.
Well, the offload in the tackle went to Ray, and pouncing onto this blindside flanker, Saki Molense, finding the recycle ball inside to Marco Labuskachny. And all this history,
So this should be the last act of the first half as Becker chips it through the middle, and there indeed is half-time, and it's been a really highly contested first half, and it ended with this one flash of brilliance.
Well, flash of brilliance indeed it was. Where most tries scored in modern day rugby is from turnovers or lost over balls, and they did that to perfection with a finish coming from Labuskaghni.
So here we are in Bethlehem on this gorgeous afternoon in the Free State, and Bethlehem Voortrekker on the stroke of half-time have just edged in front by 10 points to 3.